Hey guys, welcome to the Christian Surfers Talk Story podcast and Go Deep episode. Today, we're going to talk about CSALT, what it is, what it does, and how it's making a difference in the world, specifically in the area of New Zealand with our legendary guest, Ben Buckley. Hey guys, and aloha. It's Mark Sawyer-Chu.
And AJ Ellerington.
Together, we'll be hosting the Christian Surfers podcast,
where we talk Jesus
and talk with surfers that love Jesus.
Tune in to hear some amazing stories.
Hey guys, welcome and aloha to the Christian Surfers Talk Story podcast, where we talk Jesus and talk to surfers that love Jesus. Much like this guy right here, the legend, Benny B. I know, we just met this week. Who are you and why are you here?
Yeah, so my name's Ben Buckley, and I'm from New Zealand. I come from a town called Tauranga. Mount Maunganui is my local surf break. I'm 26 years old, and I run the CSALT Academy in New Zealand. So yeah, stoked to be here this week.
I love it. Is it your first Christian Surfers International gathering?
It is, yep. Yeah, so...
What do you think so far?
Oh, it's epic. It's so nice to just be able to surround myself with other people that are involved in, a similar thing to myself back home in New Zealand. And yeah, before this week, I'd actually never met anyone else that was involved with CS outside of New Zealand, just because of, just being locked down for a while and...
Tiny country,
exactly.
A lot of sheep.
A lot of sheep,
yes.
Yep, lots of sheep.
A good merino wool, I've heard.
Good merino wool, exactly.
I love it. And how did you get involved with Christian Surfers? What was your first point of entry?
First point of entry, myself and my wife Rachel, we helped out at a Jesus Classic surf competition at Piha Beach.
Was Jesus surfing?
He was not. There was a couple of guys that looked like Jesus though. So
you kind of have that semi-Jesus look.
I have been told that, a few times.
Very handsome, Benny. Keep going. Sorry, cut you off.
We were just helping out, just serving. It was actually in a year that we dedicated to give God time in 2020. We did something pretty radical. We quit our full-time work and decided to serve God for a year. And part of serving...
What were you doing before?
I'm an electrician, so I was, just working for a company full-time. And she's really into sailing, actually, so she was working on boats.
I love that. Have you ever been electrocuted?
I have, yes.
What did it feel like?
Many times. Not nice, yeah.
Good.
A bit of a shocking time.
Well, this is why God gave us electricians, and so we love that. Benny, so if you win the Jesus Surf Classic, do you get to go to heaven?
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Yeah.
Okay,
You'd have to ask the organizers of the event.
Got it. We'll do that. We'll ask the next podcast.
Yeah.
So, Benny B, is everyone in New Zealand a Christian, and how did you become one?
No, everyone in New Zealand is not a Christian. How did I become one? That's a great question. I was brought up in a Christian home. I have awesome parents. I'm actually a pastor's kid as well.
You're a PK.
I am. I know.
How are you a Christian though?
Yeah. So brought up in an awesome home. I'm the eldest of 5 kids. So it's mum, dad, and then my 4 other siblings. It's just an awesome family. I love them. And how I became a Christian. Been on a bit of a journey. So I gave my life fully to God when I was 19 years old. Before that, I was kind of just living for myself. I was quite selfish. I got into like a bit of addiction with alcohol specifically. Since the age of 14, that was like heavily influencing my life, and I was just making silly decisions with my friends and the things that come with those silly decisions. When I gave my life to God was definitely around the age of 19. I just finished first year of university, and I was just living a real average life, to be honest. And God really convicted me and convicted my heart of what I was doing and what was going to be next for me. And that's when I kind of rededicated my life to the Lord.
Awesome.
And surfing actually had a big part in that process.
Did you grow up surfing?
Nah, I didn't. Yeah, so I didn't grow up surfing. I started surfing when I was 19 as well. And
late bloomer, like me.
Yeah, late bloomer. So I started surfing when I was 19. I was actually invited to go surfing by one of my school teachers from back in high school. And he was a bit of a mentor in my life, and he knew I was going through some of this rough stuff.
Was he a Christian?
He was a Christian. Yep, I went to a Christian school as well. So I had great people around me, but I was just making silly decisions and just chose.
We've all been there.
Just make some silly decisions. And he invited me to go surfing, me and my brother one day. And ever since that day, I've been pretty hooked on surfing, and God totally used that in my life to get me from that space that I was in into where I am now. And like without that teacher reaching out to me and showing me surfing, and from there I was able to get back involved with church and things like that. I think I'd be in a different space of life. So yeah,
I love it.
Okay, recording.
Every surfer and every surfing community should have the opportunity to know and follow Jesus.
That's why we want to share with you an exciting new project.
The Surfer's Bible!
The Surfer's Bible won't just be in printed form, but it'll also be digital.
And this will include testaments, devotionals, and reading plans, all online and consistently updated.
As part of the global movement, you can make this fantastic idea a reality.
For as little as $10, you can get a printed Bible in the hands of a surfer who has never read one before.
That's a Bible in the hands of a surfer at the local beaches.
Lives will be changed and hearts will be softened.
For
Every surfer!
I think we did it.
We did it. Phil?
Are we done, or are we...
Benny B, you're a handsome electrician in New Zealand, making tons of money, but you wanted something inside of you, wanted to bring the electricity of Jesus to the world. How and why did you get into ministry from that trade?
Yeah, so a bit of a journey. In 2020, Rach and myself, we were just working full time, as I said before, but we both felt convicted to give, the year 2020 to God. And the intention behind that was, there's that verse in James, and it says, when you draw close to God, he draws close to you. And that was like our intention for the year 2020, was to have some dedicated time to draw close to him, for us to grow as a couple as well, and as individuals in our own walks, but intentionally draw close to him, and then in turn, him draw close to us. Yes. We quit our full-time work. We had plans.
She full-time as well?
Yep.
With CSALT?
Yep, she's full-time as well. So we're both full-time for
That's
CSALT
awesome.
now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Jump straight in on. So, does your wife work? What's that like, working with your wife every day?
Oh,
That's a
good one.
tough question.
Benny B, let's get you in some trouble here.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get in trouble here.
Give it to us real. What's it like to work with a spouse and your wife in full-time ministry?
Yeah, it's great. It definitely comes with its challenges as well. We do things like we live the same day each day. We're working together in close quarters. So naturally there's things that come up.
Literally 24 hours together.
Like literally 24/7. Yeah. So it has its challenges, but it's so rewarding. Like we get
Good
to
thing
do.
you love each other.
Oh, totally. Yeah. We get to do life together. We get to journey with these CSALT students together. Super cool.
Hey, are you a young, frothing surfer who loves catching waves and sharing your faith with others? Do you want to make a difference in your surfing community and help others discover Jesus? Then you need to join CSALT, the Christian Surfers Advanced Leadership Training Program. CSALT is a program designed specifically for young surfers who want to develop their leadership skills, grow in their faith, and serve practically on the ground in existing surfing communities. You'll get to go on road trips, learn about theology and mission, and have loads of fun with other young surfers who share your passion for Jesus and the ocean. Sign up for CSALT today.
So you're an electrician in New Zealand. How did you get into CSALT?
Yeah, so in 2020, we gave that whole year to God. So we volunteered at the Jesus Classic surf competition with Christian surfers. We also worked at a kids camp for a while. We did a whole bunch of other things within New Zealand to basically serve God and draw close to him. Our original idea actually was to go overseas and do some camps over there. Camps have been a big part of our lives, like snowboard camps, surf camps. Our original idea was to go overseas, but that was right when everything got shut down. So we stayed in New Zealand. We were committed to giving God the year, so we stuck it out. And yeah, towards the end of the year, we were actually living in Raglan, which, if you guys don't know, it's
Horrible wave.
Yeah,
no one should go there.
Definitely not. Yeah, it's super
Just the Raglan
crowded.
surf
and-
report.
Yeah. It's a super fun left-hand point. So we're working at the kids camp there, and Rachel and I strongly felt convicted that God was calling us to a new location, and that's Tauranga, where we're currently living and where we currently run CSALT. But yeah, during that time, we were just really like unsure, and like we were like, God, you know, if this is you, you're gonna have to make it obvious for us, because we were gonna have to like leave our new friends that were just like, just found, you know, we were.
You had to go from rich to poor.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah, like leave our family, things like that, and basically in that time we were really praying into it, and we had a couple of really cool things and like God moments that really cemented. Like that God was calling us there, and it wasn't just of our own thing. So as an example, we basically defined accommodation in Tauranga. It's next to impossible. So I'm like, God, you know, if you want us in Tauranga, we need some accommodation. And we were also looking for a car at that point in time. And I was getting...
So you're homeless at first when you joined CSALT.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And we were, hopping all over the place. And yeah, so we were like really praying into this stuff, and I was getting desperate, you know. I was like, God, you know, like we need to know, like, is this of you, or is this one of our own desires? We were really like wrestling with that and talking about that and praying about it a lot. And yeah, towards like the end of that time, I was like really desperate. So I'm like, Lord, this is the date. We need to know by this date. We need accommodation and we need a car to get there. So, you know, like work a miracle. And you know, if this comes through, like I'll 100% know in my heart, okay, we need to be in Tauranga. And both of those things came through on that day we were praying into. And like from that moment, we were just like, oh my goodness, okay, we're where God wants us to be right now. So we packed up our bags, we moved all of our stuff, moved to Tauranga, had some like short-term accommodation sus there, had a car, we were frothing, you know, we were so stoked. And basically 2 days after we got to Tauranga, I got a call from Logan Mills, who's the current National Director of Christian Surfers New Zealand. Yep, they're legends. And he basically shared with me that Christian Surfers New Zealand were thinking of starting CSALT in New Zealand. And he basically asked us to help run it. So yeah, it was just super cool, man. Like, because
no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Yeah, but like it's just super cool looking back on that, because I think if we hadn't have taken that step of faith and stepped into the unknown, you know, this door may not have opened. And like I strongly believe that the reason this door opened for us and like where we've journeyed into CSALT now is because of giving time to the Lord. Yeah. And
you could always go back and be an electrician.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that's something to fall back on. But like, who would want to become an electrician when you get to journey alongside young people? You know, young people, Rachel and I are super passionate about young people. We've, like I said, been involved in lots of camps and youth ministries over the years. So that's our heart, like journeying alongside young people for them to be able to grow and develop in their faith, and for us to, you know, just be literally journeying alongside them and just being able to encourage them and pour into them and yeah, just being awesome, just having awesome time with them.
Benny, that's some amazing work you and your wife do for CSALT. What is the end goal with that? What is the type of student that you want to see come out of that program?
Yeah, totally. So our, I guess, age bracket is 17 to 24, but in that like age...
So I'm too old for it.
How old are you?
46.
Oh, you look 24. Yeah, I reckon you can pass it off.
I'll sneak in there.
Yeah. So yeah, the goal is to set up young people to do life well with some awesome foundations beneath them, so that wherever they're going in their next step, that they can do that with Jesus every step of the way.
I love it.
And you know, we've had some epic crew. Typically, the crew that we have on CSALT are, you know, still finding out what it means and what it looks like to live a life for Jesus. And yeah, it's just been super cool to witness, you know, especially like who they come in as and who they walk out as. Like just seeing, like, it honestly gives me goosebumps every time I think about that, because God works some incredible things in their lives and they're able to deal with stuff, baggage, and just grow so much in their faith and in life skills, and just have an epic time with like-minded individuals.
Hey guys, wrapping it up here. That was an amazing episode on the latest Christian Surfers Talk Story podcast, where we talked to Benny B from New Zealand about CSALT. Make sure you give them a follow on the gram, CSALT_New NZ for those of you in America, NZ, and like and subscribe everywhere on the page. See you soon. See you.